Purge has come and gone. It is a Boomhouse production. Need we say more?
This is a spoiler-filled review of The Purge, so if you haven't seen it, I guess if you want, go check it out.
Alright, you've seen it. You are one of us. So, ever since the first Purge movies came out, everyone was wondering how the hell did this ever come about, because it makes absolutely no sense whatsoever, and this movie claims to explain it. There's your plot. Alright, we start off with likes, and I'll turn it over to you, if in fact you have any.
I do.
You do?
I have some.
Well, there you go. Alright, fire it off. What do you got?
Well, for one, I
Yes.
do like violence.
We all like violence.
And there was a lot of violence in this. And it was very good. I like it.
Okay.
I love violence.
Alright.
And then my second one,
Oh, you have two.
I have two.
Damn.
I thought it was cool with the digital contacts.
Oh, the eyes. The eyes.
Contacts, yeah.
Oh, okay.
That is so cool. If anyone knows of anywhere where I can get some,
Well, they don't exist.
I don't know.
Well,
Well, if anyone knows anywhere,
They can't even do Google Glass right. Much
please
less those.
share a link in your comments.
Oh,
in the
okay.
comments,
All right. Would you accept glow-in-the-dark contacts?
I guess.
All right. Well, there you go. Okay, so as for me, I of course have absolutely no likes whatsoever. However, I will share something so that this isn't a really short segment. I did like, if you can say that, that right after the movie was over, I went out in the lobby. I was waiting for people to come out, and right next to me was a gaggle. It was definitely a gaggle.
It's not a group of geese.
It is. And this is appropriate. It is a gaggle of 12 and 13-year-olds. Mostly girls, one or two boys. And one of their group came from some other screening and was like, oh, so like, what did you see? And so this is their description. 13-year-old girl's description of the first Purge. I'm paraphrasing, but it's pretty accurate. It was like, wow. Like, there was killing, like, lots, like, strangles and, like, drowning, like, wow. Like, I liked it. Like, I won't see it again, but I like it. Like, wow. Like, there was, like, killing. Like, wow. And that, ladies and gentlemen, sums it up. It is dislikes time. I'm going to go on a little bit of a soapbox. I'm going to set myself up to be called all kinds of dirty, nasty names in the comments.
I'll take your braces.
Yes, well, we're going to get to that. Did you have any dislikes that you'd care to share?
Yes.
Oh, all right. What do you got?
Okay, so this is just probably, it's basically just kind of sums up of everything. It's not really like one thing.
Okay, summarize for us, if you will.
I hate that they're calling this a horror movie, and for this horror movie to have political shit that is going on nowadays just pisses me off so much. It's like, it's not fiction. It's not like, you know, something that
I do know.
Yeah, it's more
know.
non-fiction, and I hate it. I hate stuff like that in my movies. I hate it. Absolutely hate it. You know, they had the reference of Trump in there.
Lots of those, yes.
And then the whites against the blacks.
Oh,
Come on.
yes. Wow,
Like,
okay.
really? Of course.
You've stumbled onto a similar situation that I have, but I'm going to maybe expand a little, but we're definitely on the same page here. Okay, number one, you're right, this isn't a horror movie. And so, in some ways, it was kind of a little difficult for us to kind of do this review, because just because people get murdered, I've said it a million times before, doesn't make it horror. Okay. Number two, this is supposed to be escapist entertainment. That's what movies are. Now, there's a broad spectrum on that. I accept that. But when this is, as you said, political commentary, and more importantly, political commentary that is not clever or sly. No. It is just bang you over the head. The scene, of course, that everyone is talking about is, for no reason whatsoever, a young girl is walking through the Staten Island neighborhood, gets caught by this
Naya.
Whatever her name is. Thank you, Naya.
Because my cat.
Yeah.
I have a cat named Naya.
Yeah, gets caught by this rope that anybody would have been able to see but her, for no other reason, so that some guy in a great, can grab her by the pussy and she could make some fun of him, and he's wearing a little baby mask, the whole 9 yards. That's not why we go to the movies. I can turn on the news at night and see that shit.
And
okay?
Facebook.
Yeah, but again, my point to that is that if you are going to do it, be smart about it. Like, there are very clever, politically subversive movies out there. This is not one of them, by any stretch of the imagination. And what was the other thing you had? I've totally flaked. I've lost my mind over this because, I'm sorry. Yes, haha, the racist one. Oh yes. So here we go. Just as on my review for Get Out, everyone is going to call me racist because I'm going to say that this movie is disgustingly racist against whites. Absolutely appallingly so.
And Dante, that makes you racist.
It does, to a lot of people. But the reality is every single bad guy in this movie is white, and they go out of their way to show them as being white. A lot of them are in masks, they remove their masks. They have, the ones that don't remove their masks, white paint around their eyes. Get it? They're white. Okay, and then, and I think you might have mentioned, I don't know if you mentioned on this, but I know you mentioned the group we were talking about, one of the main bad guys is a Gestapo agent. He's got the armband, he's got the outfit. It's just like, boom, boom. We can't be subtle. And then another one. Let's just get all of that off of the table and do a quick little thing about the actual movie. Hey, what about the actual movie, Dante? That's a fair question. Okay. You mentioned it's not a horror movie. That's right off the bat. Number 2. I suppose that they were trying, and I spoke to a couple of my writer friends about this who got a nice laugh out of it. I suppose they're trying to introduce a new trope to the literary world. The murdering drug dealer with a heart of gold. Yes. Right up there with the hooker with a heart of gold, or the stripper only doing it to put herself through college. These things simply don't exist. They are ridiculous. First of all, you don't even become a drug dealer being a nice and friendly guy. And second of all, and most importantly, if you're trying to create characters for your audience to empathize with, right? Like, that's the point. Like, okay, Naya, you brought up, she's the good girl, and she does. She, follows that throughout the whole thing. So, you're in the audience, you're like, oh, hey, I want to be her. She kind of kicks ass, and she's cool, and she survives, okay? But the drug dealer guy, how am I supposed to empathize with him? Because he's a freaking drug dealer. That's supposed to be something good. There's not a lot of 65-year-olds entering their retirement phase of their drug dealing career. Okay, it's utterly ridiculous at every level. And then the big one, and I knew this going in, but then I gave them their chance. They actually didn't explain really the whole idea behind the purge, because their explanation was they were doing the purge to lower the population and doing it amongst the low income and lower middle class so that they could further their political hammering over the head, okay? But that's not the question. The question with the purge has always been, they don't have an answer for this, that if the violence and murder and everything is legal for one night of the year, and it's a meme and I don't care, why don't you rob banks? Why don't you go and do horrible, awful, terrible, sadistic things? Have sex with animals, children. Go and, set fire to, puppies. I mean, just atrocious, horrible things. I know, but I'm saying, it's just murder, right? And second of all, so that is supposed to, and this is kind of a tenet of the purge movies, that's supposed to somehow make you all like nice and peaceful and docile the other 364 days a year, because yes, nothing ever happens the other 364 days a year, and of course all violent impulses are pre-planned and premeditated and only done on one day a year. Nothing springs up at the spur of the moment. No one catches anyone cheating in the bed in front of them. No one gets attacked on the subway. I mean, it's insulting and bad. They didn't answer the questions. They beat the hell out of us with this stupid political crap, and they made the most racist movie against whites that I have seen since Get Out. All right, it is Pinhead time, and I am curious if you're going to be generous or not. So, what are you going to do?
I'm going to give it
What is that?
half a Pinhead.
Did I say you could touch Pinhead?
Half a Pinhead.
Oh, but that is a half a pinhead. That's almost clever, but you touched my pinhead. See how you like it.
What are you gonna give it though?
Okay, alright. So for me, I am actually gonna have to give 0 pinheads because even the violence that you brought up was CGI. Blood was CGI. So this is 0. So we don't have a quarter pinhead, but you know what? I guess in this case, maybe I should start making these quarters. Alright, that is our review of the first Purge. So, what do you guys think? Go ahead, call me a racist in the comment section below. You know you want to do it. And while you're at it, do like the video and subscribe to the channel, even if you think I'm a racist.
So, Dante, you know,
Yes.
I think, honestly, I think this movie was like, wow.
Oh, like,
wow.
I won't ever watch it again.
Wow.
And I didn't like it.